Hello, little one. It is bedtime now. The moon is up, the stars are out, the night is quiet and kind. Your blanket is soft, your pillow is warm, your room is calm and cozy, and tonight, 3 gentle friends are here to help the night grow softer. Lulu the Bunny, Nella the Cloud, and Oren the Bear. So snuggle in close, take a slow, easy breath, and let us begin. In a quiet meadow, under a round silver moon, lived Lulu the Bunny. Lulu was small and soft and gentle. He had fluffy gray fur, long sleepy ears, and tiny paws that made the quietest little hops. Every evening before bed, Lulu did the same sweet thing. He gathered moonbeams, not bright moonbeams, not shiny moonbeams, only the soft, sleepy moonbeams resting on flowers and grass. Lulu carried a tiny basket on his back. It was woven from clover stems and lined with soft, white petals. Out he went into the meadow. Hop, pause, hop, pause, hop. The meadow was still. The daisies were closing for the night. The tall grass moved in the gentlest breeze. Everything felt slow. Everything felt ready for sleep. Lulu stopped beside a daisy. On one white petal rested a little moonbeam. He smiled. "One for my basket," he whispered. He lifted it carefully and placed it inside. Then he found another moonbeam on a buttercup, and another on a smooth green leaf, and one more in the tall grass. One by one, the basket filled with soft silver light. As he hopped along, Lulu softly said, "Good night, good night. Daisies. Good night. Buttercups. Good night. Grass. Good night, little meadow." Soon, Lulu came to a tiny stream. The stream made the softest sound. She. Lulu sat beside it for a moment and listened. The moon shone on the water like a silver ribbon. Very carefully, he dipped his basket close to the stream. A soft moonbeam floated in. Now the basket was full. Lulu turned toward home. Hop, pause, hop, pause, hop, pause. At last, he reached his little burrow under the hill. Inside, everything was warm and snug. There was a soft hay bed, a tiny blue blanket, a mossy rug, and a round little window where moonlight peeked in. Lulu set down the basket. He placed one moonbeam near his pillow, one by the window, one at the end of his blanket, and the rest above his bed, where they glowed like sleepy silver ribbons. At once, the burrow felt dreamy and calm. Lulu climbed into bed. He pulled the blue blanket up to his chin. He listened to the faraway stream. His ears drooped low. His nose grew still. His eyes slowly closed. And tucked into his warm burrow under his moonbeam glow, Lulu the Bunny fell fast asleep. And as Lulu slept in his moonbeam burrow, one of his dear bedtime friends floated quietly above the meadow. It was Nella the Cloud. High in the soft night sky floated Nella the Cloud. Nella was small and round and fluffy, like a little sky pillow. She loved quiet evenings best. She loved when the sky turned pale blue, then lavender, then deep sleepy blue. She loved when the moon rose slowly, and she loved when the stars began to twinkle one by one. Tonight Nella felt very sleepy. She gave a tiny cloud yawn. "I think it is time to find my cozy sleeping place," she whispered. So off she drifted, float, sway, float, sway. Below her was the little meadow where Lulu slept. Beyond that was a tiny village with warm glowing windows. Farther still was a quiet pond and a dark green forest. Everything below looked tucked in. Nella smiled. "Good night, little world," she whispered. She floated over the pond. It was smooth and still, like a silver mirror. It held the moon so gently. It held the stars so softly. Then she drifted over the forest. The trees stood tall and quiet. The leaves whispered softly, and in one little den, a warm light glowed. That was Oren's den. "Good night, Oren," whispered Nella. Then she floated higher. Where the sky grew even softer, a little bedtime breeze came by. Not a big wind, not a busy wind, just a small, gentle breeze. "Hello, Nella," said the breeze. "Are you looking for your sleeping place?" "Yes, please," said Nella. "I want the coziest one." The breeze wrapped around her like a lullaby. "Come this way," it whispered. So Nella followed. Float, sway, float, sway. Soon she came to a soft place near the moon, where little clouds had gathered close together. They had made a cloud nest. Some clouds were long and thin, some were puffy and round, some were light as mist. Together they made the gentlest sleeping place in the sky. "There is room for you," one little cloud whispered. Nella floated closer. She nestled right into the middle. Oh, it was soft, cool and light and fluffy and still. The moon shone nearby. The stars blinked slowly all around. Nella tucked in her cloudy edges. She looked down one last time. The meadow was resting, the pond was resting, the forest was resting, the little village was resting. Everything looked safe, everything looked sleepy. Good night, moon. Good night, stars. Good night, meadow. Good night, friends. Then her fluffy shape grew still. Her eyes closed in the quiet sky, and tucked beside the moon in her soft cloud bed, Nella the Cloud drifted into peaceful sleep. Down below, under the tall pine trees, another moonlit friend was getting ready for bed. A warm little lantern was glowing in the forest. That meant Oren the Bear was home, in a snug little den. Beneath the pine trees lived Oren the Bear. Oren was round and soft and warm. He had cozy brown fur, quiet paws, and the gentlest sleepy smile. Every night before bed, Oren liked to do 3 small things. He liked to say goodnight to the forest, he liked to fluff his blanket, and he liked to light his little lantern. His den was very cozy. There was a soft bed of moss, a patchwork blanket, a stump stool, a tiny shelf with acorn cups, and beside his bed stood a golden lantern with little star shapes on it. Tonight, Oren stepped outside his den and looked around. The forest was calm and still. The pine trees stood tall in the moonlight. The ferns rested low on the ground. The stream nearby whispered over smooth stones. She. Oren loved that sound. He padded slowly along his little forest path. Step, step, step. He touched the pine tree with one soft paw. "Good night, pine tree," he whispered. He looked at the ferns. "Good night, fern leaves." He listened to the stream. Good night, little stream. Near the water, a few glow bugs blinked on and off, tiny golden lights in the quiet dark. "Good night, glow bugs," Oren whispered. Then he padded back home, inside his den. Everything felt warm and sleepy. Oren closed the little round door. He climbed onto his stump stool, and very carefully, he lit the lantern. At once, a warm golden glow filled the den. Little star shapes danced on the walls. Outside, the forest was soft and blue. Inside, the den was warm and gold. Oren fluffed his blanket. He smoothed his pillow. He poured a little acorn cup of warm milk, sip by sip. He drank it slowly, then he listened. The lantern hummed softly. The stream whispered outside. The pine needles brushed the breeze. Everything sounded calm. Everything sounded kind. Everything sounded ready for it. Sleep. Oren climbed into bed. He pulled the blanket up high. He tucked his paws underneath. He gave a little happy sigh. Above him, the lantern's star shapes glowed softly on the ceiling. Oren watched one dot, then another dot, then another dot. His eyes grew heavy. He thought of Lulu in his burrow. He thought of Nella in the sky. He thought of all the quiet forest around him. He felt warm. He felt safe. He felt very sleepy. "Good night, lantern," he whispered. The lantern glowed low and soft, and under the warm golden light, wrapped in his blanket in the heart of the quiet forest, Oren the Bear drifted into a deep, cozy sleep. Good night, Lulu. Good night, Nella. Oren. Good night, little one. Sleep now.